repeated complaints we were getting about some petty crimes resurfacing on the streets of Lagos, particularly traffic robbery. So on the 27th of July, 2023, precisely last week, the Commissioner of Police um, summoned all area commanders, all DPOs, tactical commanders, and other HODs, where he launched Operation Flush, specifically to rout out these criminals and also to support in the ongoing efforts to curb violent crimes within the state. So we are proud today to showcase our achievements since the launch of Operation Flush. And today we have a total of 39 suspects. We also have 6 arms recovered, 26 live ammunition, two expended ammunition, and some other arms, battle axe. We also have 4 vehicles recovered today, hard drugs, counterfeit currencies. We also have bridge railings from vandals, bridge railings, and so on. I'll be providing the text of this parade, but I'll be talking about 10 of them because they are quite interesting and we stand to learn a lot from them. Sometime in July, that's last month, July 23rd, a police officer, Inspector Sunday Apochi, was killed in the Janike area of Lagos. Many of us heard about that. So we swung into action. The police officer was serving in Zone 2 headquarters, Onikon. But we swung into action and it was painstaking, it was discreet, and it was determined. And we have been able to arrest the suspects behind that murder. They are also here today with us. We have Igboro Rashid, 39 years old, Rasak Adeleke, 30 years old, and Moses Victor, 23 years old, responsible for the murder of Inspector Sunday Apochi. I also like to talk about a case of conspiracy, diversion of goods, stealing, and receiving of stolen property. So, sometime in the month of March this year, one Emmanuel reported that one Samson Olusegun, a truck driver attached to his own company, was assigned to convey a 40-feet container with 1,040 bags of powdered milk worth about 60 million naira from a Papatin Can Wharf to Wamco PLC on Acme Road, Ogba. However, Samson colluded with some other people, diverted the truck, and offloaded the truck into another truck and sold a total of 491 bags of those powdered milk worth 36,700,000 naira. They sold it to a woman who is who has been doing this for a long time. That's what she does for a living, to divert other people's goods and sell the content. She's also here with us today. The woman is Azimi Abdulakim, aged 47, who resides in Oyo State. So they diverted these goods, sold it, but we've been investigating this matter and we're happy to say we have arrested the suspects, 4 suspects: Samson Olusegun, Jimo Iyanu, Okpeyemi Akinloye, and of course, the receiver of the stolen property, Azimi Abdulakim. We've been able to recover a total sum of 6,550,000 naira from them, and efforts are on to make other recoveries and conclude the investigation so that the suspects can be arraigned. I also like to talk of one interesting case, a case of stealing. So this is a dispatch rider that has been working with this particular company for 13 years. 13 years. And this dispatch rider is often sent to pick up money from the bank, the money they would use to run the company. And he has always done this for the past 13 years. He has always picked up huge sums of money for them, usually in hard currency, dollars. So the trust was more or less 100%. But on this fateful day, the suspect, Philip Sampson, aged 40 years, went to pick $45,000 from Zenith Bank on the island, VI, and disappeared with $45,000. We got that complaint and we commenced our investigation, and we trailed him all the way to Abuja. In Abuja, he changed part of the money, equivalent of 6 million naira, and from Abuja, he went to his village somewhere in Kogi State, Ekpa. We also trailed him there, and he has been arrested, and every single kobo, or should I say cents of the dollars, have been recovered. So this, like a clarion call to people, don't be too trusting. Doesn't matter that he has been working with you for 13 years. Doesn't matter that he has been taking $100,000 for you. He has just been building that trust, and the day is going to strike. He actually got enough to set him up in his village. He changed part of it, 6 million naira, and he still had in excess of $30,000 on him. But he has been arrested and, of course, will be arraigned. Bridge vandalization. I would notice that some bridges in Lagos don't have railings anymore. And that's why the new bridges they do now don't even have metal railings. It's part of the framework brick. So we're able to arrest 2 suspects. They are there. This was done by Ikwanri Division. They were arrested for cutting away the railings on the bridge. And the railings recovered from them are also there on display for you to see. The 2 suspects, one Zara Nugaruba, male, aged 39, and one Mekusa Mohammed, aged 42, are here with us. One Emmanuel in Trade Fair Complex also reported one George Ebukebuna, aged 56, who came to him. Apparently, Emmanuel runs a logistics company, and this George came to him to transport a consignment to Kinshasa, Congo Kinshasa. But the operator of that courier company decided to verify the contents of the consignment. And when he opened it, he found 245 notes of fake $50. 245 notes, fake $50. And he quickly alerted the police and were able to get him apprehended. He's also here and he will be arraigned accordingly. We have a case here on unlawful possession of firearm, robbery, and cultism. So for most of us that know Doyin bus stop or Relay, people have been complaining of robbery on that road. So the CP last week personally went there to see for himself what was the cause of that problem. It was discovered that the road was in a very terrible condition, such that if you're driving, you need to come to a complete stop, a total stop to pass through the road. And that gives these criminals the opportunity to attack you. And we also went a step further to say, where are they coming from? Obviously, they don't fall from the sky. Where are they coming from? And it was discovered that there's like a slum around that place called White Sand, where they come out from and also go back to. So one of the things the Commissioner of Police did last week was also to visit the chairman, Koka Aguda LCDA, to appeal that even though the road was a federal road, some palliatives could be done just to make that road more passable. And he was honored by the visit of the Commissioner of Police and promised to look into that to ensure that it was more passable. But beyond that, Operation Flush was tasked with the assignment of flushing out these criminals. And our operatives went into White Sand, raided the place, and were able to arrest 3 suspects, recover 3 locally made firearms. They are on display right there, and 13 live cartridges. 2 expended cartridges were recovered from them. The 3 of them are Abbas Uluwatu Singh, Babatunde Daniel, and Fagbon Idris, arrested in the White Sand area of Lagos. Also in Isheri, the DPO Isheri and the area commander area H, under which Isheri falls, also went out to identify drug joints within their area. They went there and stormed the place, after which 5 suspects were arrested. They are here. And several recoveries were made, which include wraps of substances suspected to be Indian hemp, other illicit drugs such as codeine, Colorado, Loud, these are the street names, Colorado, Loud, etc. Investigation reveals that all these people don't have a fixed address. While investigating, want to even know where they came from, but they just hang around, come there, get high, and commit crime. So they have been arrested, and we're proud to say that that drug joint has been disjointed, and we'll continue to raid those places to ensure that criminals don't find a way to cluster together and hibernate in order to commit crime. There is a case here. We have a policy in line with the laws of the land not to allow journalists interview suspects. But I'm going to make an exception today for this particular case. I would allow whoever wants to speak with the suspect to speak with the suspect. I've been able to get the permission of the Commissioner of Police to do this, and that's because it's quite interesting, it resonates with everyone, and it's something everyone should learn from. So it's a case of conspiracy and armed robbery. So on the 8th of July, 2023, a lady reported that she booked a ride. She got into the vehicle, she was picked somewhere around Cotonue, and shortly after the ride started, the driver said he had a flat tire and had to park. But the fact is, he parked at the exact spot where his gang members were waiting. So immediately he parked, the gang members came out to rob him and the passenger. So at that point, the passenger did not even know that the driver was part of it. So they kicked the driver into the back seat with the passenger while they took control of the car and drove away. But after they had gone a bit far away, the driver now came out of his shell to show his true color, like, I'm also part of it. In fact, he was the one that brought out the knife and threatened that. So people need to learn. Take precaution. The moment a driver is saying, I have a flat tire, I need to stop, do all you can. Do all you can. It might be difficult, but do all you can to make sure they don't stop at an isolated area. If you want to stop, let's stop at the next checkpoint. So that if you have to scream, scream. If you have to send a message, send a message. But the moment you hear, I have a flat tire, let all the hairs on your neck stand and know that there's possible danger. So also in the Igomo area of Lagos State, DPO Ijora Badia, from his own end of that same Igomo, also stormed the shanties there and was able to destroy some slums there, and recovered large amounts of drugs, Indian hemp, white powder suspected to be cocaine, 12 units of security belts, the kind of belts you will see bouncers wear at clubs, 12 units in that slum, 5 units of lanyard. For those who don't know what lanyard is that thing that some people call rope under our uniform, 5. So it was looking like they had all the things to appear like security agents, illicit drugs, 2 knives, 2 cutlasses, 6 speakers from different vehicles. They removed vehicle speakers, 3 reflective jackets. So if they wear the reflective jacket at night from afar, you might actually think these are legit government agents. 2 protective breech pipes, also the breech railings, Samsung phones, a toy pistol that looks very much like a real one, and some phone accessories were recovered from the slum, and 5 suspects were arrested.
What brought you here?
I'm a rider driver. RIDA. Rider driver.
Rider driver.
Yes.
So how were you arrested?
How were you, or what happened? Tell us what happened first.
Okay. Sometimes last month ago, 28th of last month, someone ordered me along Governor's Road, of which after that I had 2 friends of mine. We both planned it together. So after the pickup of the young lady, I stopped along the roadside. That was around to 12 at night. To 12 at night, I stopped along the road to pick both of them. While everything she was with was obtained from her, that's her iPhone 14 and a sum of 60,000 naira.
you randomly pick your victims? You randomly pick them, or you select where exactly to pick your victim?
No, not at all. Actually, I do not select. Only when I say it's a female or if it's to be a man, I would decline it. I would decline the app.
So how long have you been doing this, and at what point did you started this illegal operation?
I started just last month, beginning. That was on the throughout last month. 28th was actually my first operation. Throughout last month, on 28th of my first operation, while this month I did 2 other operations, which was how I was caught on Friday, last week Friday, at Cotonue. At Cotonue, I picked up a lady along Ijegun Road. She was heading towards Ikeja Fela Shrine, I think. So I picked her up around after 1. So immediately I picked her up, I already told my 2 friends to please Hold it. I already told my 2 friends to just hang on the road since I know where she's going. After picking her up, I picked both of them up while both of them started the operation with the lady.
So when were you arrested? When were you arrested?
I was arrested on Saturday morning.
How?
At Cotonue. I went to Cotonue to do something. In the morning around 10.
How
At
were you
10.
arrested?
So immediately I entered into a shop. I wanted to go see a friend, of which the phone we collected on Friday night was with the second guy, the second of my friend. So immediately I entered into the shop. I saw the lady that I picked up on Friday night along Ijegun Road. I saw her inside the shop, and instantly she recognized me because I was not with a nose mask, and she was like, it's the one. That was how I was arrested and taken to Cotonue police station.
So before you were arrested, how many people have you robbed?
4 in total.
Okay, so
Since last month?
Yes, sir. It's strictly on a Friday things, because on a Monday no one works at midnight. On Tuesday no one. So Friday, people go out at night.
So what was your intention for starting this e-hailing business? Was it to rob? What was your intention?
No. I was working with Bolt before. I was doing my normal boat ride, of which I have my records there. I have my records and I have my offliners. But suddenly, it's sub-known to me, sir.
Is what? Is what?
Sorry?
Is what? You were about to say something. What led you to robbery?
Okay, actually, I've been working as a boat driver till last month, getting to on the 15th, when I thought of something. And it's not the government. Government never led me to it. But the skyrocketation on the fuel subsidy and all. So, of which our work has not been. It was then when our work was 200. Both company knows me. I can do 15 trips a day, every blessed day, and on the nose you cash out well. But the work is not just going as usual any longer.
2 questions.
So how much have you made so far?
Fuel subsidy led you to...
No, that's what I just said. I said not the government, so I'm not lying on any fuel subsidy.
So far,
How much have you made?
Okay, actually, any money we're saying it's being shared equally by 3 of us, of which is some, or in total, if I'm not mistaken, a total of 700,000 has been given to me.
in less than 2 months.
Yes, in less than 2 months, a total of.
The other guys,
We can see that you speak so well. Your English is fluent.
Yes, ma'am.
What educational background do you have?
I'm a university graduate, ma'am.
Okay, total money you
From which university, please?
Udebe North American University, Cotonue,
What did you study?
accounting,
What year did you finish?
2014.
You should be able to tell us how much in total you've made.
So do you have any regrets now that you've been caught? And
Yeah,
you
sure, there is. There's a regret, of course. Why not?
What's the regret
Do you
like?
think you could have done it better?
What's the regret like?
Actually, from the onset, it wasn't my plan to do this. It wasn't, to be candid. But I do not just have a choice as a 10. If I had a better offer and I've been complaining during the fall whatsoever, I've been like, I really want to stop this. I need something better. I need something. I even compile my CV together of recent summits. But I've really been complaining.
Are you a family man?
Are you married?
Yes, ma'am.
How many
How many
children?
kids?
Just one.
So what's your message that you have for youth who are also doing jobs but feeling they are not okay, they need to be okay?
I would say let them all be patient.
Who are them? A straight line answer.
Let all youth be patient with whatsoever they are putting on their table. Because for some days now I've not been myself here. And it's not a good place for a responsible child to be.
Do you have a rider colleague that also in this business with you?
No.
Apart from your gang, do you have other rider colleague?
No, I don't.
So
I
where are
don't.
the remaining two people?
On Saturday morning, we were both at Cotonue together. So immediately they saw the incident happened, I believe, I'm not sure, but I believe they fled.
Thank you. All right, thank you very much.
Thank you so much.